All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry, eventually is going to pay off. You better believe it, man. It's going to pay off like you'll never believe. Okay? And by the way, we're the highest value male on this planet. The men of the Lord, the men of this truth, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the highest value male there is.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, what I want to get into real quick, is responding to these videos I've been watching on YouTube, and it's dealing with, the situation of, the father of this house, and pretty much the damage it has did, to this generation of adults. Okay, mainly the man. All right, because in these single parent households, all right, the one, that lacks the most development, are the sons. Okay, and it was all by design. Esau, Edom, all right, his destruction, so-called black, all right, mainly, the southern kingdom, all right, the so-called black families. Okay, now we're seeing, we're living in the ripple effect of it, and we're going to get into a few things because at the end of the day, we was born into darkness. All right, and what Esau did, he made the dark seem like the light. Okay, which we're going to get into. This is Job 10:21 said, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness is darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Okay, so Esau, Edom, the way, all right, that he pretty much dismantled the family, was through subtlety, man. And when he came, all right, with this feminist, movement, he made it seem as if, he was really for women. Okay, as if he was really trying to empower and put women in a better position within society, and he was all about freeing the woman from being oppressed, and freeing the woman to be tap into her full potential. The same thing that the serpent did. He pretty much made it seem as if Eve was missing out and that she wasn't tapping into her full potential. It was just the wife and the mother. Okay? And the wife and the mother is a very, very vital part of any nation, man. Any family structure, a wife and a mother is very vital. And we don't, go into these things to down women or pick on women. Nah, man. We just show the importance of order and pretty much show the device of the enemy and what he's done. Okay? Because this is all a device of Esau, Edom that we see playing out. The condition of our people, okay, when you go into the root cause of it, first it began, with our sin. That's why we, have to be accountable. We can't take away our accountability in everything. Because even dealing with the women, as men, we played a part, in this dysfunctional culture. We fed into it. Okay, we participated in it. Okay, and that's something that hey, we gotta we gotta eat that. There's certain things that we hate and despise, and but we played a part in it. So the Lord has us as men, we kind of waddling in the mess that we help create. Okay, but the underlying thing is, one thing about the woman, the majority of women, the majority, they don't want to accept no accountability. Like we see it, as men, and one thing about men, we always was being, we was always held accountable. You know, it was never a time where, you know, we got to play the victim and the hero. You know, we never got to play that role as men. Okay, we was always the villain anyway. Okay, like I say, we played into these things. You know, led, you know, brothers. You know, some more than other led women on and played games. You know, so we not guiltless in the whole situation. All right, but this is a thing of discussing the scheme. All right, of the devil, man, Esau, Edom. Okay, and he has created a nation of people that have no order. There's no order amongst niggas, man. And that's why this wisdom is so precious to us, because it's ordering everything. Okay, like it says here, in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, all right, chapter 8 and 1. Okay, this Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. It says, wisdom reaching from one end to another mightily. And how was wisdom doing that, reaching from one end of the world to the other? Well, it's through teaching, all right, via the web. You know, that's why the Lord has allowed, you know, this grace period with the YouTube for this word and this wisdom to go out. Okay, and it's putting the elect in order. You know, first is pulling us out of the darkness. Okay, and it's bringing us into this light. We can see these things, okay, clearly. All right, we can see what it is. Wisdom, you know, through Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, wisdom has given us, all right, a vision of righteousness, man, a vision of order. Okay, through this word, you know, going throughout the earth. You see, it says, and sweetly though she order all things, man, and this is why now things are being placed in order. You know, we're being transitioned back to order. As the scriptures say in Psalms, all right, the book of Psalms, book of Psalms chapter 50, all right, verse 20, it says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. All right, and it's speaking of these devils, you know, and through, you know, his media and his TV, one thing about it, you know, he villainized, you know, especially the Israelite man. Now he made the woman, you know, he over-sexualized the woman, you know, made the Israelite woman as a sexual object, you know, but then even with that, you know, he made the woman to be worshipped, you know, so you come in that spirit, you know, the queen of heaven vibration, you know, dressing a certain way, acting a certain way, you know, in this society, you could win. Okay, but what he was doing, you know, and the woman thought that, you know, it was a win. Okay, nah, man, he was weakening the nation. See, these devils, see, when you're in rulership, you think generations ahead. Okay, you don't think a year, you know, a weekend at the club. You don't think in that type of mindset. You think of generations. Okay, so he knew the generational damage, you know, he was doing, you know, by pushing these particular enchantments and villainizing Jake, you know, like all Jakes were just deadbeat fathers, and, you know, all Jakes was, you know, irresponsible and, you know, criminals and, you know, drug addicts and, you know, just abandoning their families. You know, he made it seem like every single Jake was like that, man. Okay, he's speaking against, you know, he's slandering his brother, you know, because, you know, Jacob and Esau, you know, had the same mother and father, you know, even though spiritually we're two different nations, man. Okay, the Israelites that come from, you know, we come from Jacob, and the Edomites, so-called white people, come from Esau, man. Okay, two manner of people. All right, it says, these things has thou done, and thou kept silence, man. So the Lord allowed this man to do this, man. This is part of our punishment. Okay, and as we, like I say, if we come to the light, we can see these things and we address these things, man. You know, because the elect, all right, repenting through this word, through correction. This word is used for correction. So the elect hearing these things, you know, this is a form of correction. Like, nah, this off. Let's show how this is off. Let's show the damage that this way is doing. You know, we will get that, and it says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes, and now we're being set in order. And this is what this devil hates, man. Okay, Esau loves, okay, the you know, the single mother setup. Okay, he loves the wild young nigga. He loves the young, you know, nigga woman, you know, in the spirit of a harlot. That's what he loves. Okay, he loves, you know, Jake glorifying prison like this. That's what he wants. Okay, so us being in order, operating, you know, as men and women of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, that's what he despised. Matter of fact, this is what got this devil getting ready to go to war. Okay, with the believers, man. Okay, because he know us being in order is his end. Okay, and say what he made war with the remnant. Okay, they kept the law. You see, so let's go here. Let's get this in Isaiah, the 5th chapter. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter," man. And this is what this devil did, man. You know, he glorified nigga culture. Okay, nigga selling drugs, gang bang. He glorified that. He put that as light. He put them niggas on tour. He gave them niggas endorsements. Okay, he made the single mother look like a hero. Okay, he made that a thing of honor. Nigga got song "Dear Mama" and, you know, all these songs singing the mama. Okay, which of course, you know, the mother is, like I say, the office of a mother is a beautiful thing, but there's an order. Okay, and when you start operating outside that order, all right, because one thing about it, you know, women, you know, as Esau, you know, pretty much put that enchantment out there, that, you know, the evil eye that women, you know, our women will have, you know, for the man. Okay. All right, women start looking at fatherhood as optional. That's why they even stop looking for father qualities in the man. That's why their standards, why pretty much the women, a lot of women start operating off a very low nature. Okay, and a man's value came, you know, based on his rod or some money. Well, that's a very low culture that's operating off a low nature. Father qualities stop being important. All right, when men, when women, you know, started dealing with men, you know, started bringing forth, you know, children with men. Marriage was something that was optional. There wasn't, you know, there wasn't a mandatory thing amongst our people, and this came from Esau Edom. He demonized marriage. You know, he made it seem as being a wife was a slave. You know, he made it seem to listen to a man as you know, as something that was evil. He put he put evil for good. For a woman, you know, to be rebellious, you know, he put all these different characters with a woman just rebellious, and it was applauded. Okay, all this music about, you know, women being dominant, and I don't need a man, and I can do it by myself. My child ain't gonna want for nothing. I'm the father, I'm the daddy, and he pushed. I'm the mother and the father. Okay, he pushed these things as if these were things of good, like this was light, like this was a way, you know. And a lot of women fell for it, man. You know, you have, you know, the sincere, you know, sisters coming around. Okay. Which, hey, we all had to fall in our own way, you know, because we all had to repent from something. You know, like I say, we just addressing these things, man. This Proverbs 4, and let me see. Let's see. Proverbs 14. So like, it's the book of Proverbs 14. All right, this Proverbs 14, and let's see, 12. All right, Proverbs 14 and 12. It says, "There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." Okay, so it was, the whole, independent. I don't need no man. It felt good to the flesh, because pretty much it was about the woman's ego. When you go to it, was about the woman's ego. Okay, it had nothing to do with the forwarding of a nation. It had nothing to do with the embetterment of children. It was about the woman's ego, that boasts to say, that she's the head. Okay, she can say, "I'm doing it by myself. I got it. I don't need no help. I'm good. Me and mine good." It was just a boast of the ego. Okay, but that's not the case. You and yours want good, especially those sons, because there's a development that's missing that can only be developed through a father, and not just any father, but a man of understanding. Okay, good sex doesn't mean a good father, or a man with money doesn't mean good father. And see, father quality, money is needed. Okay, yes, money is needed. All right, and you do your thing in the bedroom. Okay, but the quality, but fatherhood qualities is invaluable. You can't put a value on good father qualities, man. That's invaluable, man. And that's what Esau removed from the nation, man. That's what we see. This generation, they missed that development that comes from a father. This is what that generation missed, man. Okay? And let's play the videos. All right, I got them pulled up. Now this one, I'm playing it, and we'll play it from a man and a woman. Now Charleston White, we know, he makes some points. He say things that are off as well.
So that's why you always see the.
But he makes some good points on certain things. He's not no dumb nigga. But he kind of full of himself, and he go way left on certain things. But he be on point with some things, and we use it for edification. All right, but just listen.
Niggas who got daddy seem a little bit more cool, a little bit more collected. That's why you always see the niggas who got daddy seem a little bit more cool, a little bit more collected than the niggas who cute like they mamas.
How do we move towards a place where black men are so emotional?
You can't. You can't, homie, because the only way you can not be emotional is you have to have a father who teaches you and trains your emotion. Other than that, your mama, you have to be emotional, because that's the only time your mother whoops you. You got no spankings when your mother was calm and not emotional. So that's why you're emotional. You were disciplined with emotions. You weren't disciplined with logical rules to follow. You got spanked when you were frustrated. You didn't get spanked calmly and taught why you were being spanked. So you can't undo this, homie. What's done now, we can't undo this. We'll be dead and gone before we see a new group of men that don't respond like us.
As a black man, what can I instill in a young black boy to make sure that he doesn't respond with emotion?
Treat his mother right and train your child's emotions. So you have to spend time with your son. You got to spend a lot of time with your son. That's why you always.
And he made the point, that you see men that have fathers that are more calm and collected. Okay, because they got the development. Okay, they got that development needed and transitioning to manhood. And when you take that element out, when you take that dynamic of the father-son development, you have what you have now. Okay, a bunch of emotional men. You see, a bunch of men that can't reason, a bunch of men that don't have logic, a bunch of men, all right, that don't know how to problem solve. Okay, they don't know how to get up and get it. They don't know how to do nothing without someone handing them something, man. They're pretty much enabled. You see, and the sons suffer the worst. Okay. Because he didn't get, and then what happens? He's being raised by emotions. Then he's been enchanted by the devil through music. Because now the community, when he goes outside, the community is imitating the music and the TV, the movies. So now that's the only role that he's seeing. Okay, so you mix the emotions of the woman, okay, with the destructive culture, all right, destructive nigga culture, and this is what you get, man. This is the the that's the recipe for nigga culture, man. Emotions and enchantments. Okay, and like I was saying, every and women, you had some women that had good intentions, man. Some women caught a bad deal. This is not every single case. How women became single mothers. Every woman, all right, just wasn't wilding. Okay, like you had Jake that played like he was gonna be there and put on this role and ran off. But a lot of times, all right, it was just poor decision making, man. Okay, and their decision making was fueled by, all right, a man is optional. So you don't have to look for a man for father quality because that's optional. Okay, well, a lot of women, they were dealing with men with no intent of this man being a father. Okay, so let's go from here. Now let's hear it from a woman's perspective. So this is Dr. Shahrazad Ali. Supposed to be a final interview. Pretty good interview. About an hour long. But I want to play this quick part. All right, she goes into the same, topic, the same subject.
And as that can a black woman or any woman raise a boy into being a suitable, proper mate? And the answer is no. Over 70% of our black women are single, widowed, separated, or divorced. So that means that over 70% of our men have been raised by women. So it makes you all have the mentality of a woman. Some of y'all stand like a woman. Some of you don't know how to respond in certain situations with other men. It has impacted our entire nationality of having women in charge of things. Because we're emotional, we mad, we disappointed, we lonely, we pretending that sex is all we want to love a man. There's so much nonsense now.
So going back to the development that was missed. And one thing about it, as a son, and that's why, because I grew up, as in my early years, I was with my grandparents, 2-parent household. But then, about 10, that's when I was permanently, with my mother. And she was a single mother, most of the time. All right. And, that dynamic between the son and the mother, it get tacky. It get tacky as hell. It's a collision. Because first off, the woman, is frustrated because of circumstances, especially when the finances is bad. You might get a little slack. Your mama make a little money. You might be cool, but them finances ain't right. It's like you being raised by Stalin. Yeah, there's a drill sergeant on your ass, man. And like I say, we're not innocent, because guess what? If she was enchanted to be a single mother, she was pretty much, conditioned to be a single mother, then we are being conditioned, to be what? Thugs, niggas. Then the confusion come in, she's fussing at you about, nigga behavior. All right. Then she'll move a nigga in the house. She'd be like, damn, with this, I thought this was unwanted. So you like, God damn, I'm just, every situation ain't the same, just throwing, my story in the mix. Okay, but it's like goddamn, So it's a very unstable environment, And it wasn't that she was, you know, wicked, like she was off. She was just doing all right what she thought was right. She was trying to make the best decisions within the culture, within the cultural norms of society. She's trying to make the best decision, but ultimately, when a woman doesn't have a man, she's moving without a head, and that's why it's so unstable. I remember staying with my grandparents, and they stayed in the same houses forever. They addressed the same, everything the same. Cars, they kept the same cars. They might get a new car every now and then. But then, with your mother, you living in different places, you changing schools throughout the year. Car might get repoed. You got different cars. You got multiple cars out the year. And, without a car sometimes, like, it's a very unstable, environment. You see? And then you got that frustration, with all this going on, and you having to hold together as a woman, and the woman ain't built for that pressure, man. And like I say, a lot of women, they was born. We was all born into darkness, man. And then a lot of women were just trying to do, imitate what they was seeing on TV. Imitate, what they hearing and trying to make it, trying to make it away. But we all suffer from being misguided, man. Okay, everyone suffer from being misguided. But after a while, because the son supposed to go through a phase that he's like an intern to his father. He's learning, how to move, how to react. And I was fortunate to have, coaches and certain men, that would take me in under their wing. I know that was the Lord's doing. So I got a chance to develop a lot, learn skills, being pushed, beyond the limits I thought I could go. Instilling certain confidence, man, talking to me, and, so I got that, development. I still, it wasn't directly from my father, but it was always men, that was, that was always taking me in. But I say all that to say this: when you go to the curses, I think it's Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy 28 and this is Deuteronomy 28 and 56. It said, "The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot on the ground for delicateness or tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter." And that comes from the frustrations, of the matriarch, man, trying to be this strong and rock, trying to be what they're telling you to be, how you should be, this strong. And a lot of women, are having breakdowns, behind the scenes, and panic attacks, and but the world tells them to just be just strong, and they not meant to play their role, and and it affects, how they parent, and and it's just off. You see, but these things had to play out. Like there's things that we can always regret, but the main thing is to focus on. Now we got this wisdom. Let's utilize it. Make the best decision going forward. And really, look forward to, all right, hey, the great reset. And this is another thing. The positions that we in that make us look forward to the reset as well. So everything is playing, its perfect part in all of this, man. Everything working for our good. you know, and we all had to go through everything that we went through, you know, nothing to dwell on. Like I said, we bringing these things out, you know, to see like the devil, you know, he planned this out, man, you know, and he's always been at war, and we just realized we was at war, you know, see and see our culture, you know, you go into it. All right, let's go here, and this is a thing. All right, because when you look at a man as optional, like I said, your standards for a man drops. You know, you start operating in that low nature. You know, this is Sirach 7 and 20 24. It says, "Has thou daughters?" And it's speaking to men. "Have a care of their body." Okay, of virtue, man. All right, so she's not out here, you know, devaluing herself. Okay, and as Esau taught it, and there's another thing. Esau, he taught it was okay to do that, man. Like I said, we participated in it, man. You know, we played a part in the devaluing, you know, of, you know, women. Okay, we just looked at them as, all right, there's a time where we just looked at them as a hobby. Okay, so going on to it, "Has thou daughters, have a care of thy body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding." Okay, and that's a valuable thing. A man of understanding, a man that has father qualities. Okay, I didn't know many rich men. You know, the men that had a part in my upbringing, none of them was rich men. All right, but they was rich in character, man. You know, and guess what? I'm benefiting off that. What they instilled in me, I'm benefiting off that today. They didn't leave me any money, okay? But they gave me character where I can go get me some money, okay? I can go make something happen. I got certain skills, okay, that I benefit from, my family benefit from, all right? And that's why the scriptures say, you know, and we you know, we fell away from that, man. You know, Ecclesiastes 7:1, it says, "A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth," man. So a good name is better than precious ointment. You know, having a good name, you know, having a good name, a good reputation, man. All right, a good reputation is more valuable than costly perfume. You know, so a good character, okay, morals, high morals, man. Those are things that we value, man. You know, but in this society, you know, those things, all right, you know, have been demonized or looked at as boring as or lame. Okay, and we see the results of these things, man. So that's the point. You know, I just want to touch on that, Lord will, you brothers. All right, and you sisters are edified. Till next time, I say shalom.